Alright, welcome back to Approaching Infinity. This is Fanatic62. We're going to continue on with where we left off last time. This is now episode 3 here. We are going to, I believe we're continuing on to Sector 6. And we were going to go see that, just going to call it the Furax Temple. I think we're going to go, oh no, we're not. Oh, it spawned you back in a weird place. That's odd, because I was definitely down here before, but that's okay. Alright. Let's move along to 6. There's a star temple. Woo! Found enough clues to lead to the star temple located in Sector 6. The quality of locally mined gemstones is superior. Prices are up due to popularity. The effects are expected to be short-lived. Sector 5 is hardest hit. Hardest hit. Okay. All right. Okay. We got a lot of asteroids. A lot of, what is this, nebula? Yep. So nebula, that's kind of blocking your ability to see as well. We have a frozen planet. Oh, environmental damage 5. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. What do we got here? A Gruff historical monument. Oh, we started it all with the weapons we had, with our claws and our feet and the rocks we could grab. We moved onto sticks with the sharp ends burnt hard. It was rival against rival for the resource reward. Beautiful. Feel inspired. Are we okay now? We bow to you, respected elder. Finally, they're not shooting me. All right, cool. So I must be in the Gruff sector here, which is odd that you get to after killing them the first several sectors. You get so far, and then they all of a sudden stop shooting you on sight. Alright, so down here we have a sweet, there's a black hole, which I believe I read at some point you can use them to like teleport or to do something. You can go through them. I don't know exactly what it is. I've never successfully done it, but apparently there's something you can do with those. On a radiated planet, damage 32, that is not going to be happening. Let's keep moving here, see if we can't find wherever the space station or the banker station or whatever it is that we're looking for. Okay. There's another Gruff ship, which is thankfully not shooting me. That's very, very nice. I really like that development. You can piss them off, and they will. Oh, here we go. Here's the Star Temple. We're actually gonna kind of explore first, and we'll come back to that. But yeah, it is possible to get on the bad side of certain factions, and then they will start attacking you again. So you kind of have to be careful. And there are certain ones where you have to be careful that they're kind of neutral, but if you accidentally bump into them and shoot them, then they get really mad. Oh, there's that. This is the here we go. This is Gruff's base station. There you go, and the Gruff embassy. So in addition to the up until this point, we've only seen the banker stations, which are kind of the neutral merchants of the galaxy, if you will. Oh, nice, and it's right next to the exit. Sweet, next to the warp point. But there are several different civilizations in the game. You can actually see your relations on one of these. I forget which one it is. Auto Explorer, that's not it. That's the away team, one of these artifacts. Here we go, race relations. So apparently, Gruff, we're friendly now. After killing a whole bunch of their ships, now they're cool with us. But beyond that, it's, you know, to see the Tentaculons are angry, and the pirates, well, the pirates, they always hate you. The rest of them are pretty happy, though. The bankers are neutral. Thought there was more than that. I think you can find more later on. They may be the only ones that I've come across so far. But we can finish kind of exploring the sector here. Picking up lots of nice things out, and gems too. That's great. I forgot that it said specifically that gems were worth a lot more now. So that's good. Yeah, so it's possible to get like an asteroid cracker or something, or a scoop or something like that. So all these little asteroid fields, you can these asteroid belts, you can disperse them, and it makes more asteroids that you can then bust up and get things out of. So there's a few different techniques you can take. They're not super consistent, but when you come across a sector like this, it's actually really, really worth it to have one of those. I don't think I've even seen one yet. Okay, apparently the meeting of the minds over here. They're just gruff investigators hanging out. Non-hostile, and we're gonna keep it that way. Alright. Ooh, more gems, that's great. Okay, so I don't think we can land on any of the planets here. Maybe this one briefly. I don't think we were good enough though. Yeah, our suit only does damage reduction of 3. Well, let's stop off at the space station. Oh yeah, we're super low on whoops. Very low on supplies. That worked out. We don't know what the Gruff call themselves, but humanity got their nickname just right. These short, bulky creatures move quickly about the halls, jostling each other with no regard, all the while making animalistic grunts that may or may not be speech. Super. Alright. And ooh, we can hire a Pathfinder. That's cool. 21,000. And the skills, they have Mountain Climber. Well, we already had Mountain Climber, but I guess we could sell it or be using a different, we don't... Now, so what will happen is if we hire this person, and we put them on the away team, now we don't need the away team gear Mountain Climbers that's listed here. Which is fine by me. They can learn other skills. We are no, yeah. Here's where it pays to pay, works in our benefit to pay attention. 2,500 megabytes of data, 1,400. We should be selling that for closer to 5,000. We are not going to sell. I'm going to hire this person though. That can work out to our favor. All right, so we're going to sell everything here, but see the gemstones. Yeah, they are selling for a lot. Sweet. 1,000. That's awesome. And we have a bunch of them. We picked up a bunch. That was some sweet cash right there, cash money. Actually, we can just sell all of those. Alright, outfitters. Used rifle, that does a lot more damage, better range, fewer targets, but I'm actually less worried about that. Yeah, we're gonna go with that used rifle. That's good. That is worse. Ceramic armor. We actually have not been using any armor yet, so we are gonna bump with that. And we just went from 25 to 87. That was expensive though. We're down to 17,000 credits. Used light plasma torpedo. It does more damage, but it's worse in almost every other way. So we are not gonna go with that. All right, pawn shop. Oh, see, now we can use the oxygen replenisher on the away team because we don't need the mountain climbers. Woohoo! We're gonna break both of those down. Gruff quests. Now that you have won our respect, it is time to hunt the first trial, understanding. Board shipwrecks and kill squither larvae that hatch from the purple eggs. That's generally pretty easy. There's a lot of those, so we're going to take that. And that will do. Alright, we're going to depart. We're going to go to crafting. We are going to salvage. I didn't realize I had an extra spacesuit on me still. What am I wearing? Oh, this is what's in the cargo. What am I wearing? See, even this one, the damage reduction is only 4, which still won't do us any good in dealing with that one planet, which kind of sucks. But the stun shotgun, we're not going to do that. Sure, we'll break that down. Alright, so crafting-wise, now we can make a spacesuit and everything else. What are we up to for our skill on that? We are up to a base crafting level of 8, which is actually pretty terrible, but we're getting there. It's still early. Okay, so if we don't... Oh, right, we said we were going to go to installation, and we are now going to install the oxygen replenisher, because we don't need mountain climbers, because Billy Ripley has mountain climbers. And Hexion, right, forgot about that name. We just promoted them, and Juhani Baldwin is the captain, and she has quite a ways to go. 218 out of 1,001 XP, so we have quite the ways to go. Oh, you know what we need to do? Put you on the away team. There you go. All right. Well, let's drop onto the frozen planet and see how long we can survive. I don't think it's very long. I think you tend to take a lot of damage. All right, captain's on there, and I don't see. Uh-oh, the giant. I think the big bad bunny. I think it attacks you, and I think it's not good when it does. But we're gonna explore a little bit and see what we can do. Holy crap! Look how much friggin' oxygen we have. 300. We had like 140 before. Holy shit, that thing works well. Alright, cool. Well, that's sweet. I did not know that that's what that would do. Those are cave walls, which are not the same as mountains, and you can't go over them. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah, we don't even need to go back. And there was a cave up there too, which we can drop down into. Well, this was worth coming here. And I don't appear to be taking damage, so I'm not sure why. I thought it said that this was a 5 damage, and I'm only reducing by 3. Unless there's... It's one of my skills. Away team damage bonus, status effect reduction. I don't... Oxygen replenisher was 50. That says only plus 50. So I don't know why it's so... I don't know. Whatever. I'm not complaining. However... Yeah, kill some plants here. Some trees. Hopefully that bunny is, kinda out of the way. Kill these plants. Okay, the big bad bunny, I'm not seeing it right now, so we're just gonna replenish. Yeah, that's sweet. Look at my oxygen. That is gonna make going down in that cave a lot more viable. Alright, so we explored everything. Almost. Get the last little bit of data here. Oop. Okay, the last little bit. Not really necessary, but alright, let's check out the cave. And oxygen immediately. We have a new rifle. Should make some of this easier. This one's actually been easy exploring so far. Yeah, we're not gonna go with that. Please tell me that there's a uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, we're gonna run away from this guy because he is... Yeah. Well, that's fun. Finally get a chance to do something. Alright, we're gonna heal our team up here. Just by letting our captain do her work and heal us back up, which is why this is very important. So that's the exact situation where earlier, if you don't have a way of healing while you're moving, you just lost half your team, if not more, and if your team dies on the surface, especially with the captain, you're done. Alright, so I know this is not very exciting, but we're going to heal back up and try and go back down and take this guy out as we're going. Effects of oh, apparently I waited so long that the economic event ended. Alright, so I don't know where that guy is, but we're just going to explore and see if we can either avoid dealing with him. Yeah, it's nice to get, and the sad part is, that was, we had a much, I think this weapon did twice as much damage as the last one. We could use a much better handheld weapon. They can do a ton of damage. I mean, hundreds of damage. Oop, there is the drop down. Alright, we're not going to bother with too many of these other things. With all this oxygen, let's drop down, see what we can do. As you can see, you get a ton of data from the cave systems. Let's hope for... yeah, see that? I wonder if it gives you more oxygen as well from what you find. That's interesting. I didn't necessarily know that. It seemed that I got a lot of oxygen back from that one. So we're at 301. We're back at, so that's like 40 points. I don't really remember how much we were getting before, but that's solid. I mean, that's 40 spaces to move. Come here. Jerk. Run away. Alright. Let's keep exploring here. Careful not to get ourselves killed in an avalanche. Oh, I hope that there's more than just 2 levels here, because we're finally at a situation where we can really drop down and see some sections, you know, see a large area of a cave. It's also a good way to get yourself killed, honestly, but alright. Well, fortunately, it's looking like this might just be it. Yeah, unless it's down in here. I don't really want to, and it's not. Okay, well, unfortunately, this is it for this cave. It was only 2 levels. And yeah, we'll go back up to the surface. Pooper. Oh well. That happens. But we got a lot of data, so that works. Solid amount there. You know, that second level down there gave us, I think, a couple thousand, which could be about 4,000 credits. Alright, so, as far as I can tell here, that was the only planet we were going to be able to explore, because we definitely cannot handle those irradiated ones, or that toxic one either. So what we will do is we're going to head on over to the Star Temple, and we're going to give this thing a shot. They can be a bit of a mixed bag. Usually the earlier ones, you can generally survive it if you've made it to this point in the game, and you can live on a planet. Usually you can kind of last in these as well. There are a bunch of captains leading it. The one nice thing about Star Temples is, for whatever reason, they don't take oxygen, so you can just take your time and you don't have to worry about that. But they do have these insane acolytes, are basically the, oh shit, okay. Let's take our time here. Alright, so landing party stunned. I was hit by a little bit of damage. Yeah, these are the times where it's good to really take your time. Make sure that you don't walk yourself into a trap or beyond your ability. So right down here we have a security field, standard video game. Go find the key, go find the switch, unlock it. But the way these usually work in this game is that there's something pretty nasty behind that security field. So it's best to kind of find everything, explore what you want to explore, and then go and open it and try to take your time. What? You found... Oh, I found the artifact. The Chandelier of Paranoia. Can you discover its purpose? So they're used to... So one of the things I've never really been able to get very far with in this game is are the artifacts. I've never been able to do... What the hell are those? Brain? Oh, it's just background. Okay. Interesting enough, though. Apparently brains in jars. That's funny. Oh, another acolyte. So, the artifacts. I have never been particularly good. It used to be that you had to identify them. What's this? A hologram. Okay. You had to identify what they were in order to be sure that you were going to be getting something decent. Because there were negative ones that would give negative effects, basically. And I was just always too much of a wuss. And they also sell for a ton of money, and so early on in the game it was always much more enticing to just sell it. And so we're going to come back to this. I want to finish exploring. I think that's probably going to be it. Yeah, there's the same thing, and no one else is here. Okay. So, it may very well be just as enticing this time around. There's also usually one of the races gives you a quest that they want one of these artifacts as well. So if you hold on to it, you can give that to them and immediately win. Although generally they don't pay as much as what the artifacts are worth. I would be interested this time around in trying to identify one of these artifacts, see what's going on with it. I think just by having it, it gives the effect, or you try and, I don't know, we can see. Alright, so I disabled the red security field, so let's see what happens. Carefully. Up. More acolytes. More acolytes. Carefully here. I found a schematic for engines. Cool. And I found ancient alien art. Cool. Carefully. Okay. Oh, this was an easy one. Alright, that works. Sometimes you get a boss that is far more powerful. Kind of like that red guy that we ran into in the cave that I was having a lot of trouble with. Sometimes you run into those in these temples. This was a pretty easy one. So we have the artifact here. Artifacts. And you can see that it's saying you can only identify... Oh, my ship. Okay. So if you go to it and you click on it... so here it asks, does it have a positive or negative effect? I don't know. The one thing you can do, though, See, I never really figured out how you learn what they do. I think you can look at your current stats and things like that. Maybe you look at your current effects. OE2 damage that was there, mountain climbers we already had, oxygen we already had, heal OE2 we already had. See, I think we already had all of these things. So I don't know what the paranoia part of that means. The stats screen. It might be the evasion is higher? Does that give... I think we might be getting an evasion boost. Because usually that comes from that's the fission drill, that's the gun, that's the armor, the magnet, that's the shields. The laser scanners, a lot of times they give you that. Oh no, here's your 5 evasion from the ion thruster. Okay, so it's not that. Built-in science lab, built-in. Oh, I have a built-in immunization station. I did not realize that. That's what the. I think that helps to find the viruses. So what we can do is when this guy's ready, I could promote him or her. That might be a woman. To have the ability to identify artifacts. There's a skill that can do that, and I don't really know what it does, but whatever. We can give that a shot. So, yeah, let's head back to the station here. We're going to run in here. We, again, are not going to sell because that is a garbage price. We're going to restock on supplies. We are going to sell our commodities because I don't care. To carry all that stuff, see if they have anything else to sell. I don't have enough money to buy anything, so it doesn't matter. I could probably pawn the thing. Yeah, see how it's for 26,000. That's, you know, I don't know if that's a good price or not. Usually you want to shop it around and see what's, you know, what you're kind of getting out of it. All right. So what did they have here? If I could afford that, that would be sweet because that gun's a lot better and it's got a good range and cooldown's all the same and blah blah blah. So that would have been cool. I guess I could sell the stuff, but whatever. We'll move forward here. Fission power plant. There's no chance of having that. Thermal dissipators. I don't really care. All right, cool. Let's move on to Sector 7. Alright, so here's where you really need to start. Oh, what do we have here? A fur axe runner. It says, have you found anything else yet? Hi, fur axe runner. Alright, so we do need to start exploring these shipwrecks. Not that we were avoiding them before, but now we have a quest to start killing the guys on them, which some of those, I like those quests where they're like, oh, go kill 10 of these guys on something you were going to be doing anyways. You know, it's not exactly, Renegade Gruff Instigator. This could be a problem. He is hateful. It says low threat, so that's good. I'm not sure if he's going to attack. Is he aggressive? It says hateful. Small attack craft. I think that means he's gonna shoot me. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens here. If that jerk attacks me, I'm gonna shoot him back. But yeah, he looked, you know, bad at first, but it says low threat, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that means it's not gonna kill me. So let's explore real quick. Easy sector, not a lot of junk in the way. Hi, Gruff Instigator. He says, we bow in respect to me, which as you well should. Alright, we found the banker station, so we can stop off there, hopefully. Alright, we got another thing. They got a couple planets here. This is looking good. A little bit of exploration can be done here, especially with all that oxygen. That's just sweet. Hopefully we can find another cave system. Alright, stop off. Successfully delivered the package to the correct station. Oh, I didn't even remember that I had to do that. Okay, cool. 10 grand, sweet. See, here we go. 10,000 for 17,000. That's a little bit better. We're gonna fully restock supplies. Hire another Pathfinder. What is thick skin? Away team ignores radiation. So the problem with hiring people that do the same thing is that a lot of the time these skills don't stack between different people. So if you have one that does something good for you, adding a second person with the same skill, for instance, the healing one that I have, I think that those don't stack. So if I had the other scientist on my team also have healing, it would not lead to having triple healing or anything like that. It doesn't stack. It's all the same. So it seems like kind of an expensive thing to hire someone else. Sometimes though, when they're hiring people here, you can check back and they'll have a different class person. So I will have her buy some corkscrews. That's cool. Alright, let's check out the commodities exchange. Not much to do here. We're gonna sell. Alright, ooh, armor suit. Well, we're already having a ton of oxygen. The range is garbage. The damage reduction is better. The away team HP is better. The speed is terrible though. Well, let's look at this. Oh, that is not happening. Cloaking device, yeah. I'm debating having a cloaking device on hand just for the times where I get myself into major trouble. You can install it, and then cloak and run away. Basically, is the goal. I think for 4,400, I might just do it. Just to have it on hand. I think I have enough space in this guy. Water walkers would be really nice to have. I could sell. Maybe we'll do that. Let's go back to the lobby. We're going to sell this. And we're going to buy the water walkers. Pawn shop. Oh, it installed the frickin'. Alright, whatever. We'll deal with that. When I bought the cloaking device, it installed it, even though I didn't actually necessarily want that right now. Okay, moving along here. Contracts. We are going to... a certain planet in Sector 8 has a species of fuzzy thistle that we wish to exploit. Will do, bankers, whatever you want. Okay, we're going to go back in here. Installation, we are going to reinstall our shield. And we'll see what these planets look like. We'll explore with the oxygen one. If we need the water walkers to get around, we will use that. And I guess we don't need the mountain climbers anymore. Sometimes I wish there was a place where you could stash this, but this guy has mountain climber. So Billy Ripley does. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to go to crafting and we're going to salvage the mountain climbers. Because we can actually make it later if we need to. We just don't have the parts to do it right now. But that should have boosted our skill a little bit. We're now up to 9. Yep. We know an effect. What effect do we know? Oh, mountain climbers. Dirt. Okay. So, anyways. Pretend like that didn't just happen. Okay. Alright, let's check out... Please be careful. Yes, I'm aware. So those are the things, this squither larva, this is what they had asked us to kill, basically. Ooh, that is a lot of them. Okay, oh, we have a blue force field. Ah, a lot of boxes and ore. That's cool. We might just have enough. We might kill enough of these guys here. And that was picked up supply storage. Okay, so that's can be added onto the ship and can increase your supply. I usually don't need that. We're in we're in the Space Explorer ship. So theoretically you can do it. I think we can hold like 20 or something. Especially, you'll see what happens. Being able to hold more is going to come into effect after this, because all of these boxes that I just picked up, they're going to spill all over space. Let's make sure that we explored everything else possible. Yep. Alright, get back up here, unlock this, and let's hope there's not too many of these guys. Let's see what came out of here. Just a lot of good stuff. Oh, cool. Alright, sweet. Usually, again, there's bad guys behind that. Nanomachines, weapons, transuranium, downloading science. That was all in all, that was a good trip. Easy. And watch what happens here as we as we just explode things all over space. So we will go in See, it's still the same Pathfinder, but it's a different parts down here. Alright, so we're gonna stock supplies, we're gonna go to commodities, and we're gonna sell, leave. So the way you can tell is if you go to your cargo we're in it, it says space available left is 11. And you can see the things like the cloaking device and the supply storage that we just picked up and the water walkers, they all take up a spot as well. So it's one fewer thing that you can... Uh-oh, he finally decided to attack. This is not going well. That was freaking close. So it took away all my shields and wore my... it's a good thing I picked up that new armor, because I actually wouldn't have had enough, because I think it took me from 20-something up to... It added another 50 or something. The problem is armor doesn't regenerate, whereas the shields do, so now we're stuck at 34, and armor tends to be really expensive to repair, and sometimes it's easier just to buy a new one when you come across it. So we will see here. Jerk. Okay. Repair hull. Yeah, see, it wants to repair the whole thing for 16,000, which is more than what we even have. So we're gonna restock. We'll sell the data just to have some money because we don't have very much. The commodities exchange, we're gonna sell again. Yeah, shut up, I'm aware. And 1 box. Alright, so we're recharging our shields here. We will head on. Thankfully, the other species aren't kind of opportunistic in that they don't just jump on you when they see that you're wounded. Alright, so we'll check out this ship. Alright. These guys can do some damage. Alright. That is a large group of guys. Alright. Thankfully you get data for each kill you make as well, which is nice. I'm pretty sure we have killed... Oh, 30. Oh, we had to kill 50, so it's counting up down here. We're up to 35 out of 50 in the kills that we had to make for that quest. Tons of stuff to pick up again. What do we got here? Those Gruff are insane. The more of their ships you shoot down, the more they like you. That works. If you've got good weapons, they'll be calling you Elder in no time. They might review you for their favorite sport, big game hunting. Just remember, they expect to die, so you should too. Well, that explains some of it. Alright, let's go drop off these things we just picked up. Alright. Oh, it's nothing. Sometimes you see things on the ground and you're like, ooh, what's that? And it's just decoration, basically. Everything in these games, if you couldn't already tell, they're all just generated as a, just on the fly. So as you come across any one of these planets that look crazy or anything like that, there's a few that are sort of, I think that they designed with, I think I explained before that they have, they say words and things like that. It's goofy stuff, but all right, let's check out these. Oh, I'm dropping supplies everywhere. All right, again, restock. Sell that. It's the same person, same Pathfinder. We don't have enough money anyway, so it doesn't matter. Commodities, sell them. I was dropping stuff all the way. Okay. Didn't notice that, actually. Space available for. We'll go and drop this off just so we don't have. Alright. And then again. And Starship out. Nope. Oh, well, you can look at this. There's still nothing. Oh, is that a different suit? HP 14. No, that's horrific. Okay. Alright. Yes, I know. It's gonna have a siren every time because we're damaged, but you know, it's the way it is. Okay, so we do have our mountain climbers. And I like jumping out of the mountains because they give you a large area to view. You can see over. Let's see, you don't kill these guys fast enough and they start spawning. You can see over things like trees and other obstacles, which is very helpful. So, oh, and another clue. See, these data pads are good. They start giving you coordinates towards the next one. Alright, that's a bunny that we don't need to kill. Come on, kill him. Alright. I love this oxygen. This thing's awesome. I guess I've never gotten that. Oh! And a blob that throws slime, attitude hating you, threat extreme. We are gonna fall back. We're not very strong, so that's one thing to definitely keep in mind. Sometimes those guys, if you have the right sidearm, yeah, he's starting to shoot and he's doing some damage. So we're gonna haul out of here. I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah, just run. Oh, see, they're starting to surround the thing. Last little bit there, not worth it. We're getting out of here. It's not worth dying to get a little bit more exploration or to try and see if you can take on those guys. It's one thing in this game you have to kind of learn that you can't always win, and the sooner you learn that, the longer you will survive. And I've learned that lesson many times where I think, I can just take on a little bit more, and you end up wiping your whole squad. If you're lucky and your captain wasn't on the squad, then you have now you're basically back to the beginning of the game, but you're, usually several. What do we have here? Just tell me what it is. A medical bay. We don't need that, but we can probably sell it or disassemble it in parts. Okay. There's some gems here. They were worth a lot at a previous. See, I hate when it auto-targets the stupid bunnies for some reason. The bunnies are good. They actually heal you if you run into them, if you need it. That's kind of the one way you can survive. And it's just very tedious because you're just chasing these bunnies around and hitting them repeatedly. Which is silly, but it says that you pet the bunnies and not that you're shooting them or stabbing them. So, watch, I'll show you. See, you pet apparently the chitness bunny. It has an outer covering on it. Alright, so that pretty much covers Sector 7, it looks like. Oh, this is pretty cool up here. That's a dying planet, which is pretty neat. It'll do a lot of damage. We'll go land on it just to see what it looks like. Yeah, it's going to do some damage. We'll take 77 damage every move. Well, maybe we're not going to check it out. But that's the little square that we could see on a dying planet that our crew was not going to be able to handle. Alright, we're going to go here. We're going to restock supplies. I'll buy a couple of points because the price apparently came down. Still the same Pathfinder. I just don't want that. We're going to sell the data, and then we're going to go to the pawn shop. No, we're going to go to the commodities. We're going to sell. I shouldn't have sold chemicals. That was a terrible price. The outfitters. Nope, still bad stuff. And oh, see, so what was it? 26,000 before. Now the chandelier paranoia is worth almost 70,000. Water walkers, supply storage. I'm actually gonna sell the supply storage because 10 grand is worth it to me. Class 2 magnetic shield. Holy crap, that's a great shield. I did not know we picked that up. Installation. Class 2 magnetic shield. So that. Yeah, that like doubles our shield. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, because we went from 80 to 160, so it does double us. That's great. That's very helpful. Could have used that before that guy attacked us. A laser pistol. There's actually benefits to that, but I think we're gonna hold on to the gun that we have. When did we pick this stuff up? I didn't see this. Oh, it must have been on that one ship. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that, and the medical bay we don't really need. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to crafting. We're gonna salvage. We're going to salvage the magnetic screen, and the laser pistol, and the medical bay, which gave us a couple of levels, which is helpful. Ooh, we can actually make a sidearm, except our skill is terrible right now, so I'm not going to do it because it's basically just a waste of parts. But our stats screen, it is showing that we are up to a crafting level of 11, which is kind of getting there. We know 9 schematics, which is helpful, and 2 effects. So yeah, okay. All right, I think we are going to call that there for now. Did I? Okay. Yes, I know I'm damaged. Okay, we explored both planets. Yeah, 97, that was close enough. And both ships. And can't do the toxic, can't do this one. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna call it there for now. Thanks for watching Approaching Infinity, appreciate it. And this is Fanatic62 saying thanks. We will continue on to Sector 8 next time, where we will hopefully be able to do something about this crazy damaged ship that we have here. And but a great improvement, a new shield is very helpful, and we'll move on from there. So thanks again. Have a good one.